Have you ever looked at your sales process and thought there has to be a simpler way to scale it without hiring more people? Well, today I'll show you the 3 AI sales tactics I'm using going into 2026 that are going to help us make more money faster without having to hire a huge team. And look, these are not AI experiments. These are working right now and they're about to replace a huge amount of manual work in the sales process. Before I go any deeper though, I have put together a newsletter where I share the behind the scenes of all the AI tools I'm using in my agency and the exact systems that I'm building for other companies who are doing multi-millions. If you want these free workflows, all you got to do is hit the description. The link is right there. So let's jump into the first tactic. Number 1 is the automated proposal generator. A big problem in B2B sales is the proposal backlog. You have a great sales call, you get a yes on the phone, you promise you will send a proposal, then you just get busy. You have another call, someone messages you and a fire pops up and suddenly that proposal goes out 2 days later, or even worse, the lead is pretty much gone cold. In 2026, that problem disappears and here's how our system works. We basically record every meeting with an app called Fathom. Fathom then takes notes and timestamps every little bit in that meeting. When the call ends, Zapier automatically pulls the transcripts and pushes it into a structured AI prompt that we've wrote. The prompt analyzes the pain points, the goals, the services we suggest, the timeline, the objections, even the tone that the prospects responded best to. From that, the AI generates a complete proposal, and I mean a fully polished, structured and tailored proposal in the language of the prospect and actually using the same language that they used. Now, you might be wondering, why does this matter? The truth is, speed wins more deals, especially in B2B. And when your proposal lands in someone's inbox, maybe an hour after the call, they're like, right, that was quick. They feel the clarity, they feel the professionalism. And the best part is you did not write a single thing. Yeah, you might go in there and tweak it a little bit, but ultimately it's done for you. And if you take 10 calls in a week, you get 10 proposals without doing 10 times the work. The companies that are still writing manual proposals, they look slow and outdated, and the buyers and the consumers are going to feel it. This system alone has shortened our sales cycle and it keeps your pipeline warm. And if you want the exact prompt that I use, I'll leave a screenshot right here. But the thing is, proposals are only powerful if you have people to send them to. And that kind of brings me to the next tactic, which is basically AI-powered LinkedIn outreach, but with a twist. B2B sales has always been about relevance, right? The more relevant your message is, the higher the reply rate. But manually researching every single lead takes a lot of hours. That's why most outreach is pretty much generic. It's a bit bland, it's a bit dry. How many LinkedIn DMs are you ignoring as we speak? So here's how we fix this with AI. We built an automated outreach cycle where the AI will read a prospect's LinkedIn profile, their job title, their company description, their about section, their recent posts, and the system then writes a message that references something specific. It might be a comment they made, a challenge they talked about, even a change in their industry, and it speaks to them as if we spent 10 minutes reading their content or reading their bio. This level of relevance basically changes everything because it's not that random, cold, spammy outreach that you get on LinkedIn every single day, because I get it every single day. And if there is one way to kill your outbound sales process, it's by sounding like everybody else. But we're not done. We are definitely not done. We then follow up with an AI voice note. Yes, a real sounding voice note that references their post or their company with natural pacing. It feels a little bit human. It feels personal and it's crafted. So now I'll be honest, the AI voice note side of things is not 100% perfect. The voice notes can be a little bit robotic, but the progress has been insane. And by 2026, I believe the voice note outreach becomes a normal part of the B2B cycle, especially when the voices become indistinguishable from the real ones. You can already generate some pretty strong voice notes using 11 Labs. Here's mine. Have a listen.
Hey, hope you're good. It's Jav here. I noticed your finance company specialize in asset financing. I'd love to send you over some leads for free if that's okay.
And trust me, the quality of these voice notes are only going to get better. You could spend less time trying to send 100 messages a day and instead focus on sending relevant, thoughtful messages that actually land in someone's inbox. But outreach alone is not enough. You need people coming to you. And this is where the next tactic comes in. The AI assisted content that essentially pulls in warm leads. Content is still the strongest long-term B2B sales asset because it builds trust before having a consultation call. It warms your leads up, it lets you close faster. But the mistake people are currently making is thinking that AI means pumping AI written posts on LinkedIn or generating scripts for videos using basic prompts on ChatGPT. And I'm going to tell you that is not the play, my friend. The real power is using AI to analyze your last 6 months of high performing content so that you can actually reproduce the winners. And it really is that simple. Your YouTube videos, your reels, your shorts, your carousels, your podcast clips, when you upload all of this into your AI and you tell it to find patterns, it gives you insights you would never see yourself. It actually tells you which stories hooked people, which frameworks kept viewers watching, which topics converted, which claims built trust, which sentences drove comments. And here's a practical way that we're doing this currently. On Instagram, I look at my top performing reels over the last 6 months. I'll pull the top 10 reels and then I literally upload them into an app called MacWhisper. This then gets me the entire transcript, and I'll put the transcripts into ChatGPT and I'll ask it to analyze the scripts, tell me why these videos performed so well. And yes, you can do this for your competition as well. I know it sounds a bit sneaky, but you do want to replicate what's working in the marketplace. Once you have that insight, you then tell the AI to build scripts, post and video outlines based on what has already worked. So you essentially create a content flywheel that gets smarter every single week. Now you have content that sounds like you, feels like you, and pulls the exact kind of buyer that you're looking for without exhausting all your creative energy, because it does take up mind power to even come up with the ideas. And the result is pretty simple. We want more inbound leads. We want more conversations. We want more sales calls where the prospect says that they've been binge watching us, especially on YouTube. Because once someone watches one video, they are usually likely to watch more. And that means that the sales call is usually a lot easier. So these 3 tactics will define B2B sales in 2026. Automated proposals that send themselves, outreach that feels handcrafted and they're real, and voice notes that literally break the pattern of normal spammy messages, and content that attracts the right buyers pretty much on autopilot. If you combine these, your sales system becomes faster, more personal, and far more scalable than your competitors, because they won't be doing this stuff. Now, if you want to take this further, there's one secret AI agent that only a very small percentages of large businesses are using, and I actually created a video that shows you exactly how I built it in my system. If you've got leads sitting in your pipeline, then this could be the secret method that will drive up revenue in the first quarter of 2026. All you got to do is watch the video right here. Peace.